Director of National Intelligence James Clapper testified that al-Qaeda's Yemen-based franchise, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, remains the node most likely to attempt transnational attacks, and that al-Qaeda's regional affiliates, in terms of threats to U.S. interests, will surpass the remnants of core al-Qaeda in Pakistan. Like other Arab countries, Yemen hasn't escaped the Arab Spring's impact. Unlike Libya, Egypt, Syria, and Tunisia, however, an active al-Qaeda franchise finds safe haven in the country. A year of unrest in Yemen has impacted counter-terrorism operations against al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, and militants now control territory in the south.
The Arab Spring threw U.S. counterterrorism policy into crisis because it ran through the Yemeni government. This seems to be why there's been such a focus on stabilizing the government through a transition of power. That transition of power, however, will not solve any of the underlying challenges to the Yemeni state. The state itself controls little outside of the capital and is fragmented. One of the factions that seized power is an al-Qaeda-linked insurgency in the south. This gain by an al-Qaeda group is very concerning because it increases AQAP's safe haven in the country. There has been an increase in counterterrorism operations against al-Qaeda leadership. However, this will not defeat an al-Qaeda organization. Instead, there needs to be a removal of AQAP's safe haven. What the United States is looking for in this transition of power is a government that will resume the counterterrorism cooperation and an increase in counterterrorism operations against al-Qaeda. This is extremely unlikely. There are three things that we're likely to see in a post-election Yemen. The first is continued political elite competition. There are multiple power centers in the capital now, and each of them are vying for a slice of the pie. With the removal of President Saleh, the question remains open as to what happens to that power. Second and related is the fate of Yemen's military. President Saleh's family controls many aspects of the military and security forces, and these are due to be restructured in post-election Yemen. Third, there's going to be continued unrest in the country. Established opposition movements, such as the rebels in the north and the secessionists in the south, are not represented in the new government. Further, there's been a wave of labor strikes that the Yemenis are terming the parallel revolution. These three factors will consume the attention of any new government in Yemen, not the pursuit of al-Qaeda. Recognizing this is extremely important for the United States, and the challenge will be in developing a U.S. counterterrorism policy that addresses the new reality in Yemen.